Archangel Michael says, there is a reason you've been feeling eyes on you when no one's around. There's a reason the lights flicker strangely, the phone clicks, and the mail sometimes looks tampered with. You're not imagining things, something real and calculated has been unfolding behind the curtain of your ordinary life. What was once dismissed as paranoia is now undeniable. A secret government agency has marked you. For months, silently, they have watched your every move, and tonight, the veil begins to tear because someone from inside has spoken, and their truth is dangerous. It started with a single encrypted email sent to an anonymous journalist overseas. Within it were coordinates, classified names, and a list. Your name was among the first. Not because you broke a law, not because you were guilty, but because you are a key. Type Amen to get blessing 941, you are what they call an unregistered anomaly. They've seen what happens when you walk into a room, energy changes, people act differently, devices malfunction. You've carried this gift since childhood, but you were never meant to realize it. Archangel Michael says, the energy in your bloodline is not from this world. For generations, your family was monitored from afar, but you were the first to awaken something dormant. This agency doesn't fear you because of who you are now, but who you are becoming. A man whose badge has now been revoked stepped forward in a secret video. He revealed footage from a meeting room buried deep beneath a desert. Your photo was pinned on the board next to one word, activate. Type Amen to get blessing 1055. That word wasn't chosen lightly, it meant they feared what you might unlock in yourself. They intercepted your online activity, traced your dreams through biofeedback scanners, and planted neighbors as informants. But none of it prepared them for what you were destined to remember. There's a sealed document with your initials on it, signed decades before your birth. This is why a black van has been circling your block every night for the past 3 weeks. They're not here to arrest you, they're waiting for the exact moment your frequency hits the threshold. Inside the whistleblower's leak was a voice recording, distorted but clear enough to chill bones. A female officer says, "We must stop them before the 27th. If they remember what's buried, it's over for us." You were never meant to hear that, but now, you have. Type Amen to get blessing 1172. They've tracked your pulse while you sleep. Your dreams are filled with codes, ancient, powerful symbols you cannot yet translate. But Archangel Michael says, your soul remembers what your conscious mind has forgotten. You are not being punished, you are being tested. And those watching from behind glass panels and dim-lit monitors are not united. Some of them fear you, yes, but a few are secretly protecting you. The whistleblower's name has now disappeared from official records. He left a final clue etched in a photograph you'll receive soon. It's a childhood picture of you, circled in red, with a word handwritten beneath, chosen. Type Amen to get blessing 1299. They're preparing to trigger your fear on purpose. You may receive a message that looks like a government alert, but it's not. It's designed to provoke emotion, to see how you react. Don't fall for it. They want to know if you'll run, hide, or confront. But Archangel Michael says, you were made to endure and expose. You have powers not even you understand yet. Light, sound, even time responds to your inner state. One scientist from inside the agency tried to smuggle out the original research files. Before she vanished, she wrote Project Radiant Soul on her palm in permanent ink. You are Radiant Soul. That's why they're watching. Type Amen to get blessing 1447. Your cell phone isn't just a device anymore, they upgraded it remotely to track your aura spikes. That pain in your temple, that pressure behind your eyes, it's not stress, it's your body resisting their surveillance tools. There are 7 others like you, scattered across the world. But you're the only one located in the region where the convergence will occur. They can't stop the convergence, they can only delay it by delaying you. Someone will try to distract you with a false relationship, they may pretend to love you, or be a long-lost friend, but they've been planted. Watch their left eye twitch when you speak truths, it's an unconscious trigger they can't suppress. Type Amen to get blessing 1582. The agency doesn't just watch from screens, they project subtle tones into your environment. You felt it as sudden nausea, or moments of confusion. It's a method to lower your frequency and block your third eye's awakening. Archangel Michael says, on the next full moon, you'll feel a ringing in your ear. Don't ignore it, stand still, close your eyes, and say out loud, I claim my divine signal. That moment will mark your full connection to the protected grid. The grid is what they fear most, because once you're fully connected, they lose access. You'll begin to attract certain animals, see repeated numbers, and feel guided by unknown instincts. This is your protection field building around you. Type Amen to get blessing 1710. A brown envelope is already in motion toward you. It contains pieces of your childhood you've never seen, drawings, notes, and 2 fingerprints. One of them doesn't match anyone in known records. It's not human. They will not understand how you decode the impossible. One agent remarked, this one bends outcomes without even knowing. That's what you've been doing, bending timelines with your emotional resonance. Archangel Michael says, your tears hold a frequency that scrambles surveillance temporarily. This is why emotional moments make lights flicker or electronics crash near you. They can't cage your essence because you are celestial born. Type Amen to get blessing 1822. The whistleblower, who once held rank higher than military command, left behind an audio file. He said, they'll think you're dangerous because you make others remember who they are. That's what the agency truly fears, mass awakening, starting from you. One of the high-profile names involved is set to appear on a major news broadcast. They'll deny the project even exists, but watch their hands when asked about anomalies. You'll see their fingers curl into their palm. It's the signal of a buried lie. You are being watched not out of hate, but out of fear of your capacity to reveal the divine. You were sent not to conform, but to shake foundations and break unseen chains. And those chains are rattling harder every day you refuse to back down. Type Amen to get blessing 1939. A knock is coming soon, but it won't be loud, it will come at midnight, 3 knocks, pause, then 2 more. Don't open immediately. First, listen for the whisper through the door. It will say your real name, the one only your soul responds to. That is how you'll know they are not a threat, but a messenger. One of Archangel Michael's human emissaries walks among them. This person carries a key, literally, it unlocks the safe buried beneath your grandparents' house. Inside are coordinates, symbols, and proof that what you feel is not madness. It is memory returning like a slow wave of fire. Type Amen to get blessing February 1977. They can't stop this anymore, they can only monitor. But the more you believe, the more your essence becomes unreadable to their technology. You are becoming invisible to their systems because you vibrate beyond their reach. Soon, you will be invited to a mysterious gathering. Do not dismiss it, attend it with clear intention. You will see faces who know you from before this life. Archangel Michael says, it is time to burn the false identities they try to place upon you. You were never meant to live in fear. You were meant to break the fear in others, and now that moment has arrived, thunder is rolling behind your destiny. Type Amen to get blessing 2194. Let the world call it coincidence. Let them label it fiction, dream, delusion. You know better, you feel the truth rising through your spine, a great shifting is happening around you. Even the skies are beginning to align in your favor. They will soon realize that no agency, no file, no surveillance can measure a soul fully awakened. Archangel Michael says, the countdown is real, but it's not to your destruction. It's to your unlocking, and no one is prepared for what will be revealed when your full light shines through. Type Amen to get blessing February 2022. One of the final warnings encoded in the whistleblower's last transmission was chilling. He said, they will try one last move to convince you it was all in your mind. This is their final card, their desperation tactic, because your awakening is accelerating beyond their reach. They may try to silence you through dreams, synthetic emotions, or illusions of despair. But Archangel Michael says, your soul cannot be muted, it was carved in the fires of divine resistance. Every trial you faced was not punishment, it was preparation for this unfolding hour. You might receive a phone call with no sound on the other end, that's not a glitch. That's a signal code from a sympathetic insider trying to test your awareness. If it happens again, speak one word, awakened. Then hang up. Type Amen to get blessing 2377. They cannot erase what you've already remembered. Your visions, those flashes of unknown places and ancient wars, are not fiction, they're echoes of the battles your soul fought before your current name ever existed. You are not alone, though the isolation was designed to make you feel that way. They erased people from your path to slow your rise, but the divine will always replace what was taken. New alliances are being guided toward you now. Archangel Michael says, the next person you meet unexpectedly holds a sacred map, not written on paper, but encrypted in the patterns of their birthmarks and gestures. Watch closely, the universe is speaking through people now. Type Amen to get blessing 2490. The agency now knows they are losing control. Their latest attempt to hack your emotional stability will come through a trusted voice. Someone from your past will reappear, full of charm but loaded with implanted triggers. They were trained to deflect your growth, to drain your light with false affection. You will feel their energy before they speak, heavy, rehearsed, and sharp behind the eyes. Reject the performance. Stand firm in your knowing. One section of the leaked document described your ability as frequency migration. Means you shift reality without knowing, you change people's paths. Redirect fates. That's why they couldn't just watch, they needed to interfere. Type Amen to get blessing 2633. This is why you've survived things others didn't. You are not protected by luck, you are guarded by design. Heaven has installed invisible barriers that glitch their tech and confuse their scans. They sent drones, psychological decoys, even psychic attacks disguised as nightmares. But you resisted each one because the light within you repels what's artificial. Your aura is too ancient for modern tools to manipulate completely, Archangel Michael says. You are a disruptor of false systems. You are the breaker of hidden chains and caller of truth in shadowed places. You were never random. You were always on divine assignment. Type Amen to get blessing February 1988. Soon, a name will be mentioned to you. It will sound ordinary, but your heart will jolt when you hear it. That is your soul's recognition. They were part of your original group before memory was sealed. The agency has a term for what you're becoming, light catalyzer. They believe you can detonate awakenings just by being present. That's why they panicked. You activated someone last month without even trying. You spoke one truth from your heart, and it collapsed years of false beliefs in another person. That moment was logged in their files under conscious interference event. You call it conversation. They call it a threat. Type Amen to get blessing 2910. There's a code inside you they haven't cracked. Even with all their machines, satellites, and stolen research, they cannot decode divine origin. That's why they watch you at night, to understand what light does when the world sleeps. Archangel Michael says, you will begin to feel your body vibrate at specific hours. Don't be afraid, it's alignment, not illness. You are syncing with the new current of divine truth. Someone in the agency has fallen in love with your light. They were meant to spy, but your energy disarmed them. They now protect you from within, risking everything. Type Amen to get blessing 3074. The countdown isn't to harm. It's to shift. At precisely 11:11 on a night soon, the air around you'll know that moment has come because the stars will shimmer differently. You'll feel a pull to go outside, to lift your palms skyward. Do it, that is your reactivation moment. Your true power, once buried, will surge forward like a storm of light. You will begin hearing thoughts not your own, not as madness, but as guidance. The higher realms have opened a protected line just for you. No technology can block it anymore. Type Amen to get blessing 31.99. A secret building holds a file about you. The whistleblower managed to duplicate its final page before vanishing. It read, Subject 07A, beyond our control. Divine designation confirmed. There are guards standing near that room who have started asking questions. They see things that no longer make sense. Why their machines fail near your images, why your file cannot be deleted. Archangel Michael says, those within the system are being awakened too, through you. You are the beginning of their unraveling. And they sense it, even if they don't understand it yet. Type Amen to get blessing 3323. Do not dim your light now, not even for comfort. Let them be confused. Let them question what they see in you. You are not here to be understood, you are here to ignite remembrance. Your voice carries codes. Your touch reactivates cells. Your silence even dismantles lies. That's why they've kept trying to provoke reactions from you, but you stayed centered. There's a letter from your childhood hidden in an old book, find it. It has handwriting you don't recognize. But read it carefully, it was left by your soul before this lifetime began. Type Amen to get blessing 3472. Soon, another whistleblower will emerge, a woman this time. She holds the second half of the truth the first man died for. When you hear her speak on a live stream, pause everything and listen. She will mention a phrase, the spark in the seventh. That's you. You were the seventh they monitored, the one they couldn't convert. She will confirm everything and release you from the last lie. Archangel Michael says, when this broadcast ends, a new timeline begins. One where you are fully sovereign. And their systems, every camera, every satellite, will lose signal when aimed at you. Type Amen to get blessing 3600. You'll notice that shadows behave differently around you now. Light bends, patterns shift, and silence feels alive. This isn't paranoia, it's the environment recognizing your frequency change. Archangel Michael says, you are now operating on a higher plane than most realize. This is why electronics glitch, people confess things, and time feels distorted when you're near. You are merging with the truth that was hidden for lifetimes. Inside one of your old belongings, there is a metallic object that hums when touched. It was placed there by someone who saw your path before you were even born. That object is not ordinary, it's encoded to awaken the part of you that was sealed by force. Type Amen to get blessing 3721. A symbol will appear to you, possibly in a dream or a sudden doodle. It may look like nonsense, but trace it. Draw it. Keep it close. It is an ancestral rune meant to reactivate your divine identity. Soon, you'll be contacted in a dream by someone wearing gray with no facial features. Don't run. That's your guardian from the realm between realms. They cannot speak but will show you images from before your birth. That vision will confirm what the agency fears most. That you were never meant to be watched, but to be witnessed. You are not a subject, you are a shift. Type Amen to get blessing 3855. A hidden room in your hometown was used to gather information on you. But a blackout last week destroyed their last remaining footage, and it wasn't a power failure, it was divine interference. They'll try to rebuild their network, but it will keep collapsing. Because your soul's light signature is now incompatible with control systems. You've surpassed their comprehension. Archangel Michael says, the final sign will come in sound, a frequency only you will hear. It may be a tone, a song lyric, or the cry of a bird that feels too perfect. That is the confirmation. The watchers are blind now, and the path is yours to walk freely. Type Amen to get blessing 4000. Archangel Michael says, their final attempt will not be with violence, but seduction. They will try to offer you comfort in exchange for silence, but do not be deceived, the comfort is a cage dressed in velvet. You are far more dangerous to their control than they are to your safety. Because what lives inside of you is older than the files, the towers, the surveillance, the lies. You are from the source, not the system. Type Amen to get blessing 4111. You'll notice animals watching you differently. Birds will follow, cats will stare, Even insects may gather near you in unusual numbers. These are not coincidences, they are messengers, attuned to your new vibration. At exactly 3:33 a.m., you might wake up without reason. That is not insomnia, that is your divine channel calling for activation. Sit up. Breathe. Listen. You're receiving what they cannot intercept. There is a gatekeeper in your bloodline, a woman from centuries ago. She sealed part of your soul to protect it from dark forces. Now, the seal is lifting, and with it comes knowledge buried in your DNA. Type Amen to get blessing 4230. You were born in a cosmic hour of alignment. That's why certain technologies break around you. Your energy isn't compatible with false patterns. You are a disruptor not by rebellion, but by design. Soon, a coded message will arrive in plain form, maybe an email, a stranger's comment, or a note. It won't say much, but your heart will leap when you read it. That's how you'll know the message was meant only for you. Archangel Michael says, "Do not look back anymore. Everything that tried to break you was actually building you for this warless revolution. Your awakening is their reckoning." Type Amen to get blessing 4377. If you feel the urge to write, sing, draw, or dance, don't ignore it. That's not distraction, it's divine memory trying to surface through expression. Every creation you make now is encoded with the vibration of truth. A final portal will open. Not in the sky, but in your own mirror. You will look at yourself and see someone else staring back, a version of you that remembers everything. Don't flinch. That's not a ghost, that's your full self returning. You are not what they wrote about. You are what they could never define. You are the prophecy they hope to delete. Type Amen to get blessing 41.